If you're looking to spend around 10 lakh rupees on a brand new car, then we've got some great options for you. There are hatchbacks, sedans, an MPV, and also an electric vehicle in this list. And the best part is that all of these vehicles are priced around rupees 10 lakhs or less on road, which means everything right from your insurance and registration is covered. So let's begin, shall we? Let's start off with one of the highest selling cars of all time, the Maruti Suzuki Alto. Now, if you're looking for a simple, reasonably priced small car purely to use within the city, then the Alto should be on top of your list. However, what we are talking about here is the all-new bigger Alto K10, which has seen some major improvements in features, efficiency and ease of use, ultimately making it the perfect city car for anyone on a tight budget. The Alto K10 is offered in 4 trim levels including Standard, LXI, VXI and VXI Plus. The top spec VXI Plus, which comes in at 6.28 lakhs on road, gets a 7-inch infotainment display with wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. There are also steering mounted controls along with voice commands and power windows at the front, making life behind the wheel that little bit easier. There isn't a huge amount of space inside the cabin, but for a city car that's bound to be used for relatively short distances, the Alto K10 is a good fit for a small family. In all fairness, the 1-liter engine is nippy and performance overall is more than adequate for city driving. What also makes the Alto K10 an ideal city car, especially for first-time car buyers, is how user-friendly it is. All the controls are light and fairly direct, the proportions are compact, and lastly, it is extremely easy to look out of and maneuver in traffic. Tata has gone to town with the number of variants for its smallest crossover, the Punch. There are as many as 30 variants for it, including the special editions that the brand has rolled out over the last few months. Its starting price is a very competitive 5.99 lakhs, but because of the sheer number of variants and special editions, the range goes up till 11.19 lakhs. Our pick from the entire lineup though is the Creative manual version with the IRA pack, which is priced at 10.19 lakhs. Now I know that's breaching the 10 lakh rupee mark, but let's face it, it won't be difficult to get this variant for less than 10 lakhs or around 10 lakhs after offers and discounts. And at that price, you're getting one of the safest budget cars that you can currently buy. In fact, the Tata Punch has been crash tested by Global NCAP and it received a full 5-star rating for adult protection and 4 stars for child protection. Speaking of which, it scored 16.45 out of 17 points for adult protection and 40.89 out of 49 points for child protection. The body shell of the car was also rated as stable, though we would like to add that Global NCAP is now crash testing cars more rigorously with more demanding protocols for testing, and we are yet to see how well the Punch would do when tested again, though we are certain it won't be bad news for Tata or its current owners. In terms of safety features, the Creative IRA pack version that we have listed here comes with dual airbags, ABS, EBD and ISOFIX child seat mounts as standard. You also get front fog lamps with cornering lights, automatic headlamps and wipers, and of course, a strong body shell that has been proven. The Maruti Suzuki Dzire has survived the test of time. I mean, it is one of the oldest compact sedans after the Indigo ECS, and throughout its time, it has seen many rivals come and go. Currently, there is no other compact sedan that's doing the kind of numbers that the Dzire is getting for Maruti Suzuki, and for good reasons. It's good to drive, it has lots of features, and perhaps the smoothest petrol engine at this price point. The Dzire got an update in 2020 with the BS6 compliant 1.2-liter petrol engine, which is not only silky smooth but also delivers on performance and efficiency. As for the things that matter to a compact sedan buyer, it's great on space and rear seat comfort. Unlike the second gen model, the rear seat has a good amount of space for 2 adults. At 370 liters, the boot isn't the largest in its class, but the Dzire makes up for it with its lengthy features list. The top spec ZXi Plus variant gets all the snazzy features that we have come to expect from cars at this price point. There's LED headlights, cruise control, a nice touchscreen audio system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, a leather-wrapped steering wheel, push-button start-stop, automatic climate control, and lots more. The most expensive automatic variant of the Toyota Glanza comes in at 11.60 lakhs, but if you are on a budget and all you want is a smooth, stress-free driving experience, then look no further than the G AMT variant of the Glanza, which gets you a surprisingly refined AMT gearbox and a decent set of features for the price. Speaking of which, it does cost more than 10 lakh rupees on road, but let me tell you, it's well worth it. Okay, so it doesn't get the super smooth CVT like the old Glanza did, but for all intents and purposes, it's a really good AMT gearbox. What you get instead is basically a manual gearbox, but with an electronically controlled clutch and gear actuators. We have driven plenty of AMT cars at this price point, and from what I have experienced, the one in the Glanza is easily the finest version of this technology. Although still not seamless, the gear shifts are very smooth, and on part throttle there is none of that head nod that you experience while accelerating, especially through the first couple of gears. So yeah, if you're looking for an automatic car and you do not have a budget for a fancy dual clutch automatic or a CVT gearbox, then do consider the Glanza AMT. It is well worth it, and you will be surprised at how well it works. When it was launched, the Renault Triber came across as a rather unique proposition. So it's a budget MPV that's less than 4 meters in length, but in the real world, it has always punched above its weight, be it the 7-seater flexibility or the convenience of an automatic, courtesy of the AMT version. Renault made some changes to the Triber and added a couple of useful features, making it even more value for money. Now on the outside, there are no design changes, but it does get a new cedar brown color option, and apart from that, LED indicators on the wing mirrors instead of the fenders. Let's talk about what makes the Triber so good. Okay, so it's a compact MPV, but it's got a surprising amount of space in the first 2 rows. And as for the cabin flexibility, it's got 4 seating configurations and multiple ways through which you can adjust the second row and even the third row to suit your needs. And as for the space in the third row, it is usable for short distances and for short people, and overall there is more space than its size would have you believe. With the update, Renault has added a couple of really useful features inside the Triber. For instance, the top spec RXZ variant gets steering mounted controls and, more importantly, height adjustment for the driver's seat. The features carried over include the 8-inch infotainment system with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, though it's not wireless. It also gets LED instrument cluster, push start stop button and cool storage in the center console. It's no secret that Tata Motors is currently dominating the mass market EV space in India. They have been selling the Nexon EV Max, the Nexon EV Prime and Tigor EV for some time now, and with great success. Things are only about to get better for Tata Motors with the Tiago EV, which, as you may know, is the new starting point for EVs. It is, after all, the most affordable EV that one can buy. Being the cheapest, you might think that the Tiago EV won't cut it as a proper everyday EV, but after having driven it, we can genuinely recommend it. But since there are multiple configurations on offer with different sizes for the battery pack, which one should you go for? So for Rs 9.59 lakh on road, you could get the medium range version in the XT trim level. But for the sake of escaping range anxiety as much as possible, we would recommend you get the long range version, which comes in at 10.52 lakhs on road. So the medium range Tiago gets a 19.2 kWh battery pack that's good for a claimed range of 215 km, which means in the real world you're looking at somewhere between 160 and 180 km of driving range. Now we believe that's sufficient for those who do not drive a lot every day, but we also think it makes sense to get the long range version instead, irrespective of usage. Here you have a real world driving range of around 220 km, which makes the Tiago EV a whole lot more usable and you a lot less anxious about driving range. The standard warranty period on almost every car under 10 lakh rupees is nothing to complain about. It's usually 2 years or under 1 lakh kilometers, whichever comes first. But there is one car out of them all which gets the best warranty package, and it's the Honda Amaze. So it gets a standard warranty of 3 years with unlimited kilometers, and that can be extended by a year or two for a certain cost. Now what gives the Amaze that edge over its rival is something called as anytime warranty that Honda India offers. Now this warranty covers you for a year and 20,000 kilometers, and the best part about it is that it can be availed even after your standard warranty or the extended warranty has expired. As for other conditions, the car should be less than 10 years old from the policy start date, and it should have driven less than 1.2 lakh kilometers from new. Although not as comprehensive, we also have to mention the Tiago EV for its solid standard warranty package. In fact, It comes with a warranty of 8 years or 1,60,000 kilometers, whichever is earlier, on the battery and the motor. As for the rest of the vehicle, the warranty stands at 3 years or 1,25,000 kilometers, again, whichever is earlier. The naturally aspirated version of the Renault Kiger offers incredible value. I mean, at Rs 10 lakhs on road, the RXZ variant is a lot of car for the money. Okay, so you do not get the thrills of the turbo engine or the super smooth convenience of the CVT. But if you are looking for a manual car that's high on features, then I doubt there is anything that can really beat the Renault Kiger at this price point. Renault added cruise control and wireless phone charging as standard features for the top-end versions, making the Kiger range even more appealing. Now, there is a lot to cover in the RXZ variant, and if you would like to check out the full list of features, then do visit our website CarWale.com. But before we end this video, let me run you through the real feature highlights. So you get LED headlights, drive modes with configurable instrument cluster, a cooled glove box, climate control, wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support, ambient lighting, a 4-speaker and 4-tweeter ACMS audio system, 4 airbags including front and side airbags for driver and passenger, 60/40 split folding rear seats, and keyless entry amongst many other usable features. So that's our list of the best cars that you can buy for around Rs 10 lakhs or less. Do let us know in the comments if you agree with us, and do consider subscribing to our channel if you like what you see. It really helps.